Good evening. How's everybody doing? Oh, you're on mute.
Good.
Doing well.
Good.
Awesome. So glad everybody can join us. I'm also excited that everybody. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, you're on mute.
Very well. Doing well.
Good.
Awesome. So glad. Yeah. Glad everyone can join us. Glad everybody's on time. I'm sorry I had to pause for a second to make sure that I muted. Right now, at this very moment, we are going live on YouTube, and the link has been sent out to the campus community. So when you start your speeches, anybody who would like to join to watch, they can watch. If they're not available right now, even if they check their emails tomorrow morning, that link will show them pretty much a recorded session for this call tonight. So they can watch it live tonight, or they can watch it tomorrow. This video will be accessible all the way up into elections. You all look amazing. I'm proud of you so far. I will like to say that I've been doing elections on campus now, I think 4 years. This is my 4th year doing elections on campus. And I will say that the election material this year was the best so far. It was amazing. Like, you all were on campus, but some of you really did a great job of making me think that you were like really in school, like on campus this semester. So great job with that. The marketing material was great. The content is great. The messaging that you've all been given has been amazing. So I don't want anyone going into tonight feeling nervous. Think of this just a conversation. It's just, I only want 3 minutes of you just giving an explanation of why you feel like you should be in the position that you're seeking. But definitely make sure that you cherish this moment. When you think about people like Kamala Harris, who's now running for vice president of the United States of America, she always talks about her student leadership experience at Howard University. So I'm excited knowing that I'm looking at a screen of individuals that, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, you may be running the country, running corporations. And I can remember when you were a student at JCSU, giving a speech via Zoom during the pandemic. You look amazing. And I want to go ahead and get started with the freshman class candidates. We will first hear from freshman class senators. Our first senator being Ashley Brabham. And if I say your name incorrectly, go ahead and just correct me for the record. Is Ashley on? Oh,
Looks like she's froze. I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Which Ashley were you talking about? Because there's 2 of us.
Brabham.
Okay, not me.
I was just wondering if you guys can hear me because he keeps going in and out.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. Greetings and salutations to my family at Johnson C. Smith University. And I send my humblest hello to the esteemed, delightful class of 2024. My name is Ashley Lakisa Brabham. I'm a rising freshman at the illustrious Johnson C. Smith University. I'm a first-year public health major with a minor in psychology, and to develop the aspirations of becoming an ICU nurse and an American Sign Language interpreter. Not only that, I'm a 6-year trained hardworking dancer, senior body for the class of 2020, and I'm a 3-year member of the Health Occupation Centers of America. And I'm rolling all the way from the 706, the town, my town, Augusta, Georgia. And I'm humbly honored to be your freshman class senator for the 2020 and 2021 academic year. 2020 has been heartbreaking to not only me, but all of my classmates. We have been through trials and tribulations for the past 9 months due to us being a global pandemic, people dying left to right in our community because of police brutality, and celebrities we looked up to since we were children have passed away. Now, all of you are probably wondering, well, why are you running for this position? And as class senator, what will you be bringing to the table? This position is not just labeled me. This is an opportunity and responsibility to not only represent my class, but to make sure that my classmates are heard. And most importantly, make sure that they are comfortable at JCSU. We would not be silent this year. That is why my platform is called Let's Use Our Voices So That We Can Be Heard. I believe that me and the class of 24 are stronger together because we are one in a family. I believe we can all do things together when we work as a collective. If we pour a creative, open, and outgoing mindsets into the community, we will have a powerful impact. As class senator, I will bring my experience, my creativity, and my patience for my class of 24. Now, being virtual can be very hard and stressful, especially for first-year students. I want to bring in more events and programs to the school, such as a Zoom event called Keeping It Real. We meet on Zoom every Friday so we discuss on what's happening in today's society, such as Black mental health, police brutality, and most importantly, the Black Lives Matter movement, so that my class can be educated on what's going on in today's world. My next point is, I want to know how my students are doing mentally and physically, and ask them what they will want on campus in the upcoming semester. I want to do a daily poll on JCSU Instagram so that they can bring their ideas to us, so that we can bring them to life in the future. And also hope that one day, as your senator, do collaborations with freshman class officers from so that we can help our university in any way, and make sure that our classmates are achieving their goals this year. So to my fellow Smithites, I am here to listen, motivate you, and to make sure all of your voices will be heard this year. And we are going to make this year memorable, and I refuse to be silent. Now that I made it clear that I'm fit for this position, I will be your freshman class senator.
All right, thank you so much, Ashley. Great job with that. Our next freshman class senator candidate will be Tyler Williamson. Okay,
Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
yes.
Okay. So with that being said, I'll get started. Words are just words until you turn them into action. Leaders are just people until they show you they know how to put plans into action. Nothing can mean anything without passion. So according to Merriam-Webster, passion means to have an intense drive over mastering feeling of conviction. To me, passion means being committed to something you not only enjoy, but care for so greatly that the only outcome you strive for is success. So I want to be your class senator because I am diligent, hardworking, and trustworthy. But most importantly, I'm an extrovert. I feed off of people's energies and emotions. So I need to make sure that all needs are met. You want change, so let me be the one to advocate for you in every way you see fit. It's no golden bull in my eyes that doesn't matter. We chose to go to an HBCU to be in the majority. So let me make that happen for you within our own race. We can make JCSU a place where there is something befitting for everyone, and that is through you, the students. But more importantly, someone who can lead you in the right direction. So you want inclusion programs, you feel that topics are being underrepresented, you want to start new clubs and organizations, you want to feel security in your own institution, let me know. Let me be the one to represent you so we can get it to our upline, to our council, because we matter. We came here to matter. You didn't choose an institution that you felt like you couldn't thrive in. This is our time. Our time is now. Our time is to be the majority. So let's take advantage of it. And with that, I'm saying vote for Ty, the right choice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our next freshman class senator candidate will be Monisha Perry.
All right, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. Good evening, Smithies. My name is Monisha Perry. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. My major is social work. One thing that you should know about me, I'm a social butterfly, and I played basketball throughout high school. Come together is a process, works together is success. That quote comes from Henry Ford. This selection presents us all with a clear choice. It is a choice between continuing things the way that have always been done or electing leaders who can bring fresh ideas. I believe that my experience and personality will help me offer new ideas. Above all, I believe my most important job will be to listen, to communicate with you on a regular. Today, I'm asking for your vote, and here's a few ideas I believe that we can achieve together. Enhance the communication with faculty and the student body. Reaching out to students and gathering information about their concerns, and advocating for the student body. As you can see, the future depends on our ability to work together. And teamwork will get us far. If elected as your senator, I vow to lead with openness and honesty. My name is Manisha Perry, and I'm humbly asking for your vote today. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Perry. All right, we're going to switch over to our freshman class president candidates, starting with Brandy Barron, candidate for freshman class president. Brandy, are you still on the call?
Yes, sir.
All righty.
Greetings, Smith family. My name is Brandy Barron, and I'm vying to be your freshman class president. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, but I have been a resident of Charlotte for the past 3 years. In this city of opportunity, I have made strides, including recently graduated from Mallard Creek High School as the class of 2020 president. My time not only within the school's perimeter, but also within a community has afforded me experience that I want to share and further with my fellow Smithites. I'm advocating for the class of 2024 to come in with control, which is consistency, transparency, resilience, and leadership, the 4 pillars of my platform. Being consistent means that we will be steadfast with our commitments and intentions. On more occasions than we would like, I'm sure we have all experienced the feels of accountability or the loss of momentum. It may have been a classmate not completing their part of the group assignment, or it could have been struggling to finish your workout strong on the last rep. Freshmen, we are going to be consistent, holding ourselves and each other accountable, and finishing as strong, if not stronger than we started in all that we do. Transparency is simply recognizing each other. It is me being in tune with the class and understanding your needs, because essentially your needs are my own. Transparency is me being approachable, not always the loudest voice, but most certainly always the listening ear. Resilience is something everyone who has survived 2020 is familiar with. It is the comeback. It is us getting redemption after grieving the loss of our senior year. It is us revitalizing on our HBCU campus grounds in the midst of socioeconomic turmoil and civil injustices. Resilience is the fight within us that perseveres. Lastly is leadership. It is not the title that makes an individual, but the actions that they take. With the appropriate leadership, a force can be empowered. A leader is inclusive, communicates, stimulates, and influences others that they come in contact with. Standing firm on these 4 pillars, I am aiming to promote school spirit, present initiatives that advance the freshman classes we are transitioning, and portray an excellent narrative of African American youth. I want to continue with the mentality that Black excellence has always been and will forever be here. The brilliant Malcolm X once said, "The future belongs to those who prepare for it today." And today I choose to prepare, and I'm hoping that my fellow classmates will be along my side. A force that strives toward accomplishing a common goal is incomparable, because that is how change occurs. And if change is occurring, then trouble is following. However, it sounds like the good trouble the late John Lewis would advise me to indulge in. With all this being said, I encourage you all to vote myself, Brandy Barron, as the freshman class president for the 2020-2021 academic term. Thank you.
And thank you, Brandy. Our next candidate for freshman class president is Tanaya Wilson.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
In North Carolina. My major is I am extremely excited for this upcoming challenge. I promise as the voice of 2024, I will leave the utmost dignity, respect, and honor. I will uphold each and every freshman to the amazing Smith that they are, inside and outside of the classroom. With this position, I plan on making sure the freshman class is never overlooked, always heard, always seen, and always seen. And that's what I plan to bring to the class of 2024. Being consistent about grades, being consistent about changing the community, being consistent about making a change in JCSU, period. My platform is looking into the future for not only JCSU, but looking into the future for the world, for even after the moment we take foot. As once said, being a leader isn't about the title or isn't about having the position, but it's about what you've done with your position, what you created, and what you have changed. That's why I am the best candidate for the freshman class president. Thank you so much. Vote Tanaya Wilson for freshman class president.
All right. Thank you, Tanaya Wilson. Our next candidate for freshman class president, Kennedy McCauley.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Greetings, Smithies. I am Kennedy McCauley, a freshman here at JCSU, running to be your next freshman class president for the class of 2024. I believe I possess many different qualities to withhold this position as president. One of my strongest skills is leadership, and I know I will be able to effectively lead my class during this school year as a student leader by being the voice of this class. Secondly, I stand on active listening. I feel as though my listening skills will be great asset to this position because it allows me to hear the concerns of my peers and make sure they have a voice in any and all possible changes or improvements on campus. Third, I will also be able to bring a certain level of creativity to this position. I have the ability to not only come up with new and fresh ideas, but also implement those ideas and see them through. And lastly, I have the strong ability to multitask. This means I will not only be able to manage my schoolwork, but also actively engage in meetings, events, and exciting campus activities. Just because I'm a freshman and new to campus and I'm a little fish in a big pond does not mean I cannot make a big impact on campus. I am not new to leadership, taking initiative, or activity planning. Within this platform, I plan to introduce 3 programs. First, a mentorship program, where the upperclassmen will be assigned to a freshman to help them get comfortable and better understanding of campus, academically and socially. This program will be optional, but I encourage many students to sign up for guidance and support as we are new to campus. Being a freshman can be scary, and it will be great to see if those are willing to help. Second, I would like to implement an annual event that touch bases with mental health because it is real and thriving, especially in the Black community. And I truly care for those who need someone to talk to no matter what they're going through. It is very important to educate ourselves about what mental health is so we can see our friends, family, and most importantly, ourselves. We're capable of knowing how to handle these situations and how to reach out for help. This event will also include self-care and hopefully partnering with the Counseling Center for one-on-one and group sessions. Last, I would like to implement a health fair that focuses on sexual health. This event will also provide the students with knowledge about STIs and how to stay safe. It would also discuss dating in college, relationship issues, not feeling pressured to have sex on a college campus, and if you are, how to stay protected. We're here to help each other, especially in times we face today. I believe I am qualified to be the freshman class president as I stand in the trenches to be the voice of the class of 2024. In the words of Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. Hold high the golden blue. At the end of the day, it's not about the position, it's about the impact. Yes, we can. Thank you.
Thank you. Our final candidate for freshman class president is Destiny Ellis.
Service is the action of helping and doing the work for someone. Gandhi once said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Johnson C. Smith University, greetings. My name is Destiny Ellis, and I am running to become the freshman class president. My major is communication arts with a minor in theater in hopes of becoming a news correspondent in the White House. Today, I'm going to cover a few things, who I am and how I will help lead you with service. While in high school, I had an amazing opportunity to serve as my chapter's secretary treasurer and the head of community service for the Future Business Leaders of America. I also served as the president of the Urban Minority Alcohol and Drug Abuse Outreach Program. I participated in the mock trial team, became a mentor, and led various community service projects. This brings me to my first letter, S, social awareness.
While the world has been going through two pandemics, one being COVID-19 and the other being racism, we have all had the time to take a pause and honestly evaluate things. We all need to become socially aware. We need to effectively listen and pay close attention to events that are going on in the world and on campus, which leads me to E, education. Class of 2024, we are so strong. We have overcome so many obstacles in 2020. We started high school thinking it would be the time of our lives. Little did we know, some of us would lose our prom, graduation, and so much more, but we did not let this stop us. We are resilient and we are powerful beyond measure. Education isn't just math, science, and reading. It is all around you. Every day you are learning, and with learning, you interact with people. R, respect. Listening to others is another way to basically respect others. Everyone wants to have their say. And I hope that I can gain your respect by keeping my promises and not wasting time with insignificant information. V, versatility. Versatility is the ability to adapt to many different functions or activities. We get so used to doing something the same way that we don't consider other options. With this in mind, if elected as freshman class president, I have many virtual activities to get us through the virtual experience. We are all, innovative, even if we don't know it yet. During this pandemic, I have been able to brainstorm an annual community service project that I would like to host and think that now more than ever is the right time to bring this into the light. C, community service. My favorite organization is called Sharing is Caring. We would meet every Saturday and bag lunches for those who are in need and pass them out. The service to my community made me realize that I have to do more and not take things for granted. I want us as a class to be more involved in the community in hopes that you can experience the same joy that I did. Which leads me to E, engaged. Being engaged will allow for you to experience many opportunities. When I leave this earth, I want to know that my gift has touched those I have come in contact with. I am and will always be a leader. I have enjoyed helping others and learning from them as well. So I want to leave you all with this question. To be or not to be a leader? I choose to lead. So I, Destiny Love Ellis, solemnly promise to uphold your freshman class president's aims and responsibilities, and your voices will be heard. Thank you so much, and I ask for your vote. Stay safe during this pandemic.
All right, thank you, Destiny. We're going to wrap up the freshman class officers by hearing from the class king candidate as well as the class queen candidates. Our class king candidate for the freshman class is Jahil Crispin.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Jahil Crispin. I am from South Florida, a business major. Just a few things about me. I am very strong in leadership. I represent a lot of people. So with that being said, leadership runs in my family. I've took tools and lessons from various people that are above me, and I want to be able to make sure that I am a leader on and off campus at JCSU Smith University. I want to be sure that I am given an example on how a student is supposed to conduct themselves as a student. So with that being said, with my position, I try to strive and I try to be great and give everybody a sense of light on how to be. I go by the model of practice doesn't make perfect, but practice makes improvement, based off the simple fact that not only is that we're human, but we also make mistakes. I want to give an example for the young people out there. I just want to let everybody know that through the tests and trials that we have today, it is up to us to persevere in how we react to different situations that come against us. And I want to thank everybody for listening, and that concludes my speech.
Mr. Crispin, I appreciate you for that. Our class queen candidates, Whitney Behringer.
Good evening, Johnson Smith University. Welcome. My name is Whitney Behringer, and I'm running to become your Miss Freshman. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm a public health major. I plan on becoming an athletic trainer in the near future. Miss Freshman is not about being the baddest or a popularity contest, but instead being your voice is setting an example. Miss Freshman is all about living out our dreams, impacting each other, valuing our progress, impressing our family, nurturing our body, minds, and souls, and lastly, getting to the money. I stand before you not only as a candidate, but as your classmate and as your friend. I promise to be your voice and to stand for what's right. When I visited Johnson Smith, I knew instantly where I wanted to be. It felt like a family from my coaches and teammates. The atmosphere was everything. My leadership abilities will positively impact the campus community because as a leader, I have the vision for creating ideas and a vision to making sure everyone is heard. As a leader, you have to have integrity, and I'm a very honest person. I have the confidence to take risks that can help me achieve my goals and to never give up. Last but not least, as a leader, I have the empathy and determination to make sure bonds grow stronger, also through trust as well as motivating others to reach their limits, even if it makes them uncomfortable. Because to get to that next level, you have to learn to become uncomfortable with being comfortable. My goal is to promote school spirit by bringing the school together, getting more student attendance at athletic events when we are able to have them again, and also bringing more awareness to clubs for students, as well as community events and projects on and off campus. I feel that I can bring all of these aspects to the tables to make sure everyone is happy and satisfied with our school's atmosphere. I'm an open-minded leader who can adapt to change quickly and enjoys being challenged. I encourage people to strive to do their best. I'm a positive person who is very outgoing, organized, and determined to get things done. Even though I'm a leader who exhibits governorship, I can also be a well-rounded team player who can do whatever it takes to get the job done successfully. Within these next 4 years at Johnson C. Smith University, I plan to lead with or without a title. John Maxwell once said, leaders become great, not because of the power, but because of their ability to empower others. And that is what I essentially plan on doing. I will help in uplifting you instead of tearing you down. We're like diamonds. We shine bright even in our darkest times. It would be an honor to represent you as your 2020 to 2021 Miss Freshman. We are resilient, charismatic, and a force to be reckoned with. Let class of 2024 set the bar. Let's be an example on how it's supposed to be done. As I close out, I want you guys to know that I will be the best Miss Freshman and make sure your voices will be heard. So vote Whitney Banger as your 2020 to 2021 Miss Freshman. Thank you.
Thank you, Whitney. Our next candidate for Miss Freshman will be Christy Ellis.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Greetings. I am Christy Ellis, also known as Nefertiti. I am from PG County, Maryland, and my major is communication arts, and I will be your future Miss Freshman for the academic school year of 2020-2021. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others the permissions to do the same. And as we are liberated from our fears, we unconsciously give others the permission to be liberated from theirs as well. As an only child of a single parent household, I grew up being hated by everybody. Not only by my peers, but from the people who I felt like who were supposed to be my support system. I felt so alone, and it was all simply because of my skin color. It really affected my mental, and it made me believe that what do you mean? Like, I can't do anything, but that's not true. That's not true at all. But then later, boom, it was a switch. I joined a modern organization by the name of Model Saint. They really took me in and they molded me into an amazing dancer and a model too as well. But they also gave me tools for life and they taught me how to be a leader. Not only they taught me how to be a leader, but they brought out the things that I already had that was in me and added to it. My desire to be Miss Freshman is so strong because honestly, I just want to show that you can make it. You can go through so many things. You can be up, you can be down and still push through and still make it because I'm doing it right here and I'm doing it right now. We really are powerful beyond measure. We really are. And that's why I entitled my platform Powerful Beyond Measure.
before applying for this leadership position, I've only had one leadership position in my modeling organization, and I served as Miss Catwalk 2019-2020. And I don't think I did well. I feel like that was really a learning experience. It's not that I didn't believe that I was a leader, it's the fact that it was really all new to me. Really using my skills and really stepping out of my comfort zone to be myself, to be the loving me, the caring me, to do all that I can do to aid in the progressiveness of my team. So with that being said, my platform is powerful beyond measure because we are, and I'm here to show you that we are, and I strive to bring togetherness. My platform focuses on networking, student engagement, and mental health and academic and social confidence. Mental health is so important for me. It really changed my life. Even when I was modeling and things were good for me and I was touring and doing all these good things, I was happy, but I really wasn't all that happy. And I noticed that I was still damaged because I had to do work on the inside. And I was able to do that with a support system. And I want to be that for you. I want to create opportunity not only for my class, but for my campus community to have a safe, a positive place to express yourself. I want to use student engagement to basically create like events, workshops, award ceremonies, celebrating the small victories, doing all that I can do to aid in not only the success of my class, but for the whole student body. I believe that networking and student engagement is really important, and I really want to bring school spirit, but the most important thing is networking, because even though you may have the talent, even though you may have the skills, you may have the knowledge, but if you don't know how to put yourself out there, and if you don't know how to go and get what you want and make connections with people, it's not going to happen for you. The only reason why I was able to achieve big things, even in my low moments, is because I made connections with people. And I want to create that, not only for my class, but for the student body. I promise to make sure that everything that I implement is open for everybody. I promise to welcome everybody with warm hugs and open arms. I want to be that support system for you. I want to care for you. I want to do everything. I'm going to do everything out of love. And I'm going to make sure that I try my best to do everything in my power to be the best Miss Freshman I could be. This is truly, honestly coming from me because it's real, and I truly feel this way. And I have a deep desire to help people because I'm very thankful for the people who have helped me. Do not be conformed to the ways of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind. Your mind, it has to be together. I just really promise to hold my crown with and take a piece of that humble pie each and every day to make sure that we are successful, not only as a class, but as a campus community as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy Ellis. Our next candidate for Miss Freshman, Janaya Nathan.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes? All right. Hello, Johnson C. Smith. My name is Janaya Nicole Nathan. I'm running to be your 2020 to 21 Miss Freshman. A little background on me is that I currently reside on the Upper East Coast in Connecticut. I am a 10-year competitive cheerleader. I have served as an active member in my high school's Black and Hispanic Student Union, where I was able to keep up with current political and detrimental topics for the Black community. I am majoring in public health and ready to take on my freshman year headstrong with motivation, positivity, and drive. Going to JCSU was an opportunity for me to experience a more Southern lifestyle and acclimate myself into a new environment. I chose a school where I would have support as well as a way to support others. Some of my hobbies include community group involvement, as well as many may know, traveling. My goal within the beginning of attending school on campus is to launch my acts of service program for the youth of Charlotte and get in contact with as many resource groups as possible. I found that the title of Miss Freshman would suit me because it aligns with my goals of truly being a change and nothing but a tool for my class to build with. This gives me the personal opportunity to not only feel impactful for my class, as well as give me a platform to build great bonds within the class of 24 and the school in general. I understand questions of my campaign and why and my reasons for campaigning. And basically that is that I want everyone to feel like a family. I want everyone to be heard and seen. I would love to host community service events at Johnson C. Smith for our students, for our community, as well as taking part in the organization that I'm setting in motion currently. My experience related to this position and related to leadership in general comes from my background. I've been captain and working leadership positions for my teams for as long as I can remember. This, in my opinion, has given me knowledge on working with people on all spectrums and understanding how person-to-person contact can change one's outlook immediately. I plan to contribute to the success of the student body by advocating for my peers and presenting leadership skills to change and redirect the voice of society. Within this comes everything in my power to offer a wonderful freshman year for the vote of Janiyah Nathan as your 2020 Miss Freshman.
Thank you, Janiyah. I appreciate that. We're going to move over to the sophomore class candidates, but before we do that, I have to take a moment to give a shameless plug. Make sure that you all are following JCSU Student Affairs on YouTube. You can also text at Smithite to 8101 to sign up for the Student Affairs text messages that go out. We will use that text messaging system to remind you of very important dates, like, the last day to add and drop a class, or some important student engagement opportunities, or, internship that may went out through the email. We will text you regularly to keep you informed of things that's going on. Or if you're familiar with the Sprinkle of Jesus app, sometimes we might just text out a motivational video or a motivational message to get you through the week. Also, we're very, very friendly on Instagram. Follow us at the Counseling Center, Healthplex, Residence Life, Student Health Center, and Student Leadership and Engagement at our individual Instagram accounts that you see there. And you can also follow us on Twitter at JCSU Res Life and JCSU_SLE to keep up with the Division of Student Affairs. That's enough for that small commercial. Back to the regular scheduled program. You're all doing great so far. So now the freshman class officers have given their speeches. I'm going to ask the freshman class officers to go ahead and excuse yourselves from the room. And you can watch the rest of the speeches through our YouTube page. And it's going to help us keep the bandwidth together for the rest of us, so we won't be so choppy. So I thank you all, freshman class candidates, for your participation this evening. We're about to move over to the sophomore class candidates, and we're going to start off with the candidates for sophomore class senator, which would be, our first one would be Desiree Stanton, candidate for sophomore class senator. Desiree.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Desiree Stanton, a sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, majoring in communication arts, and I am running for your sophomore class senator. This election calls for us to decide between two clear choices: continuing on with things just as they are, or electing a great leader who will strive for the best while bringing a determined personality, new ideas, and fresh perspectives. During my time in college so far, I have participated in both tutoring my peers and community youth. I've recently became a residence advisor and continuously advocating and assisting the communication arts department while maintaining a 4.0. While using my resources and my dedicated mindset to advocate and adhere to all concerns and ideas of the sophomore class to better our experience at Smith, I promise to be an efficient communicator and provide creative ways to actively listen and react to your feedback through surveys, polls, social media, and more. Providing a safe space to express all thoughts, concerns, questions is all a part of my plan to make this a comfortable, successful school year. I promise to promote resources on and off campus to help us succeed academically and gain experience outside of the books. To do this, I will build and strengthen those resources, peer-to-peer relationships, as well as faculty staff to peer relationships to encourage all students to take advantage of new opportunities. I will create community service events and work with authorities to better Smith's environment as well as surrounding community environments to ensure our success. Before closing, I want to leave you with the 4 P's I want to instill as a successful leader. 1, provide opportunities. 2, promote resources. 3, present ways to gain efficient feedback. 4, put effort to ensure your voices are heard and put it into action. While working with other members of the council, I promise you a listening ear and a great leader. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate for sophomore class senator is Essence Winston.
Hi. You are where you are today because you stand on somebody's shoulders. And wherever you are heading, you cannot get there by yourself. If you stand on the shoulders of others, you have reciprocal responsibility to live your life so that others may stand on your shoulders. It's the quid pro quo of life. We exist temporarily through what we take, but we live forever through what we give. Vernon Jordan. Greetings, Smithites. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Essence Winston, and I am running to be your 2020-2021 class senator. So you might ask why you should vote me, Essence Winston, as your next class senator. We are living in very critical times right now, and our class needs someone that is focused and driven on making these critical times as special as they should be. With our nation suffering through the current COVID-19 pandemic, racial tensions, as well as social and economic injustices, it is my desire not to allow our current conditions to be our final conclusion in regards to our college experience. As your class senator, it is my job to represent you, to hear your needs, your issues, and wants for the school year. As your next class senator, I plan to, number 1, hear you. I will take your needs above all else and make you my top priority as long as I am representing you. Number 2, I will be accountable and responsible. I will be accountable in ensuring that I work collaboratively with you regarding every issue being raised. I will be responsible in making sure that your issues are heard, solutions are created, and problems are solved. And lastly, number 3, available. Because we will be tackling these issues together, knowing I will be available to you as a sounding board, this will be a collaborative effort with you in mind on every issue. I will strive to make myself available for open communication between you and I. A vote for me is a vote for all of us because every decision I make will be made with all of you in mind. I thrive on collaboration and cohesiveness. That being said, my first year at JCSU was dedicated to building and developing relationships with students and faculty in preparation for the years ahead. I started out by trying out for JCSU's dance team, attending community service events, and being a voice on campus anytime any of my peers needed it. My ultimate desire is to ensure that during this school year and the years to come, we have all the resources we need to be successful while here and beyond. This can only be done by creating an atmosphere of togetherness and bonding through open forms of communication. In doing so, finding ways we can get involved with one another. I plan to have team building events, mentoring activities with our counselors so you can build that one-on-one relationship with them, community service events, all to establish a better relationship within our Smith community. I even plan to have new and creative events like a sophomore sneaker show or just for our class, but that's only just a glimpse of what I will bring. I want not one student to be left behind. Golden Bulls, we are together, here and now, with one voice and one collaborative sound. Thank you, and vote me, Essence Winston, as your next class senator. Thank you.
Thank you, Essence. We're going to move over to our candidates for class president, starting with Adea Bell.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Greetings, my fellow Smith Knights. My name is Adea Bell, and I am one of your candidates for the 2020-2021 sophomore class president election. When voting for class president, everyone thinks being a voice is what's most important in being class president, but it's not. You should vote someone who will not only make sure your voice is heard, but make sure that you're on the right path of being successful. For an example, in the past, my high school had resources that I took advantage of, and with those advantages, I became a certified engineer and OSHA 10 certified. JCSU has several resources as well that will be beneficial to students. I will ensure my student body is made aware of those resources that Smith has available in order for each student to reach their full potential. At JCSU, we are ambassadors, not just students. Anyone can be a voice, but a great leader will make sure that you push yourself further than you ever have before. Vote me, Adea Bell, and I will make sure your voice is heard, but most importantly, I will make sure that you become the best you. And remember, Smith Knights, the sky is not the limit, your mind is. Thank you.
Thank you, Adea. Our next candidate for freshman class president, Kennedy Littlejohn.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Smithites. My name is Kennedy Littlejohn, a sophomore with a double major in chemistry and biology. As a freshman coming into JCSU, I had a plan, and with that plan came a purpose. My plan was to graduate and become a doctor. However, my purpose was much bigger. My purpose was to make a mark on campus and let my story be known. My purpose was to be a voice that spoke integrity. My goal was to make my freshman year a year to remember. Becoming freshman vice president last year was one of my biggest accomplishments. I learned what being a real leader looked and acted like. It also taught me how to be a team player and work well under pressure. Being a part of the class of council at JCSU has expanded my knowledge in many ways. It has helped me learn many things I never knew about myself, as well as open my eyes about how important it is being a leader at an HBCU means. I will use my skills I learned as vice president to help mold me into a president for this year. Throughout my first year of college, I built bonds, motivated others, and made memories that will last forever. As president, my goal is to help improve our school and introduce new ideas. I want my class to be able to build a strong bond within the university. I want my classmates to feel like we are a family and not just a graduating number. Throughout my first year at Smith, I learned how important JCSU means to the community. With that being said, I want to be able to connect with the community on and off campus. My plan is for my classmates and myself to represent JCSU and be a helping hand within the community. To conclude, I would like to say I'm very excited to be running for this position. As we approach the 2020-2021 year, I want to utilize my skills to help make sure this year counts for everyone. I look forward to dedicating my time to make this year a year to remember. If you elect me as your class president, I will be your voice. I will be a listening ear, and I will make this year fun and exciting. Lastly, I will make sure JCSU remembers the class of 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Littlejohn. Our next candidate for freshman class president, Kennedy Pearson.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, Smith, my name is Kennedy Pearson, and I am from Dayton, Ohio. I am running to be your sophomore class president. I desire to be 2023 class president because it is a huge privilege and honor to represent my fellow peers and speak for what we want on campus. After all, success doesn't just come to you, you have to go out and get it. I have a creative way of thinking, and I have so many ideas that would benefit the student body. I am a leader, and I'm willing to listen and learn from my peers and do what is best for the sophomore class. I have so much motivation and determination, which is exactly what you want in your sophomore class president. I will speak up and ensure that the sophomore class will not be silenced. During this time, because we are all separated, it is important that we stick together as a student body and continue to prosper. But always remember, we are family, and like my family, I will always be here to motivate you and encourage you to be your very best self. I believe in manifesting my own destiny, and I know you can too. Sophomore class, sophomore class, success stands for see your goal, understand the obstacles, create a positive mental picture, clear your mind of self-doubt, embrace the challenge, stay on track, and show the world you can do it, JCSU. Vote Kennedy Pearson for sophomore class president. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pearson. Now that we've heard from our class senator and class president candidates, we're going to hear from the class king candidate, Caleb Davis.
Good evening. My name is Caleb Davis. I am former Mr. Freshman and current candidate for Mr. Sophomore. I desire to be Mr. Sophomore because I want to continue being a positive influence and positive image for my classmates. One of my main focuses this year is going to be community service. Community service is such as feeding the homeless and giving back to school book bags to kids. I take pride in my class. Being on Royal Court last year enabled me to understand the value of serving others, working hard, and taking pride in who I am as I represent others. That's it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Davis. Going over to our class queen candidates, our first candidate, Jamira Kelly.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Greetings, kings and queens. I, Jamira Kelly, a candidate to become your 2020-2021 JCSU Miss Sophomore, hailing all the way from Buffalo, New York. I desire to become Miss Sophomore because I believe in spreading positivity and bringing people together as a whole. I also believe in being the voice for my fellow classmates and leading by example for every student. We can achieve this by uplifting each other and showing off the beauty of our individual self. I know showing a little compassion for others produces great trust and in return builds a great team. If I was to become Miss Sophomore, I will not only make a difference on campus, but I will also make a difference in my community. I would love to do activities in the community, such as feeding the homeless and cleaning up the surrounding neighborhoods. I will try my hardest to keep everyone in mind. My goal this school year is to make Johnson C. Smith a great school year, even with everything going on in the world. Another goal for me is to be the best leader for my class, not just by representing myself as Miss Sophomore, but being a great person outside of the classroom. I also would like to bring awareness to mental health. I'm a very easy person to talk to, and I'm very outgoing. I'm dedicated and compassionate about everything that I do. I plan to build activities inside of the school that will bring us closer together in activities. And by activities, I don't just mean parties, but fun activities such as games nights, Zoom karaoke nights, movie nights, basketball tournaments, etc. I also plan on doing a tea talk every Tuesday with the females in the school so that we all could just get to know each other and open up. I would like to create a bond with every one of my peers because a strong bonds make a strong campus. We are not just numbers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. We will now hear from Zaria Brown, candidate for class queen, sophomore class.
Hi, my name is Zaria Bostic Brown. I am a sophomore here at Johnson C. Smith. I am majoring in criminology. I am from Durham, North Carolina. In my free time, I enjoy participating in organizations at my church, Union Baptist Church. Those organizations include MIME and Girl Scouts. I also enjoy participating in many community outreach programs. I am running for Miss Sophomore because I am dedicated to leading the JCSU class of 2023 into the most memorable school, student, and school year in the books. I would also like to be a voice for my class of 2023. I have served in previous positions that will help me perform my duties as Miss Sophomore. For instance, I was the former president for the Durham County Youth Missionary Union. I also was president for the Union Baptist Youth Missionary Department. I was also a youth leader in the Union Baptist Youth Department. In high school, I held the position of chaplain in my JROTC unit at Riverside High School. I plan to ensure a safe and creative atmosphere where the sophomore class and the entire JCSU student body will feel comfortable expressing themselves and feel comfortable coming to me and sharing with me any ideas they might have. Even though this has been a very challenging last couple months for us due to COVID-19, no matter what happens, together we will get through it. I would like to end with a quote by George Bernard Shaw. Life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now going to transition to our junior class officers. Before we do that, once again, I must throw in the quick commercial break and encourage you all to follow us on YouTube. Text us at Smithite 8101. Follow us on Instagram as well as tweet us. Division of Student Affairs is making sure that you stay connected and engaged during the pandemic and beyond. So while we're connecting with each other virtually, we actually look forward to reaching out and being involved with student life once you return to campus, hopefully next semester. So make sure that you follow us on these platforms as well as send this information to your friends and make sure that they follow us as well too. We're going to jump back to the candidates for junior class senator. Oh, the candidates for junior class senator are now on the call because we don't have any candidates right now. So if you know any juniors who may be interested in getting involved in class senate, let them know that following elections, the Student Government Association will be reaching out to get juniors for the class senators. There's actually 3 slots available. We will listen to our candidates for class president, starting with Deja Rainey. And our sophomore candidates can go ahead and exit the call and finish watching via YouTube. Deja Rainey. Deja Rainey may not be on the call right now. We're going to go to Nadia Johnson, and hopefully by the time Nadia Johnson finishes, Deja Rainey will be on the call. Nadia, are you available?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
All righty. Go ahead and start for us.
Greetings, Smithites. My name is Nadia Marie Johnson, and I am a 4-year President's List award-winning junior majoring in communication arts from Augusta, Georgia, and I am vying to be your 2020-2021 junior class president. As always, I like to mention that I transferred to JCSU in the fall of 2019, and it was the best decision that I've made in my college academic career. Upon my arrival, I immediately felt at home. My comfortability at JCSU encouraged me to join student organizations like the Student Senate, JABAC, the New Resident Hall Council as president, and to graciously reign as Miss New Resident Hall. In the midst, I created the Blooming Student Organization to drive my peers to a healthier mental and physical lifestyle. The mission and vision to educate and empower has been clear since November 11, 2019. My passion for the successes of my newfound university grew over time with my involvement and has inspired me to lead the class of 2022. In my campaign, I am standing on the grounds of initiative, vocality, productivity, and impact. I want to first start off by saying that my initiative is one that will be welcoming, not intimidating, because we are on this academic journey together. Although we come from different walks of life, regardless of my position, I am just like you. In terms of vocality, I am encouraging the class of 2022 to find comfort in speaking on their likes, dislikes, and thoughts on areas that need improvement involving my leadership as well as their experience at JCSU. We get a limited time together and we must make our voices heard. Productivity leads the way of making this experience amazing. Strong leadership and vocality with action makes it impossible for failure. If we want, we must do. If we say, we must do. And us working together with everyone in mind keeps us forever memorable for holding high the golden blue. In my stance to impact, I hope to inspire as well as learn from my peers, which in conjunction will help develop us all into strong leaders. I want to make you comfortable enough to pull a chair up at the table, even if you feel like having your own is overbearing. I don't want to get on here to make promises I can or cannot keep, but I can promise you this, that I will hear you, I will work with you, and I will use my position for the betterment of your experience at the university. You have my word. Join me in the walk to make this remaining experience amazing. Thank you for your time, and I hope that I am kept in your consideration.
Thank you, Nadia Johnson, for that wonderful speech. I did have a few students reach out prior to elections to let me know that they had difficulties joining us tonight due to work schedules. Deja Rainey actually did send her video, so I'm going to share her video for everyone to view. Give me one moment, please. How can I? All right. So it's not letting me share it right now. I'm going to continue to work on this, but for the sake of time, I am going to go over to the next candidate. And if I can't share it on this call, Deja's video will be posted as well for viewing with this actual video as well. So everyone can be able to view these videos at the same time. Our next candidate is going to be the candidate for junior class king, Emmanuel Hester.
Greetings. I am Emmanuel Hester, a communication arts major hailing from the Bull City, Durham, North Carolina. My platform is "We are the change that will impact and better our tomorrow." When I think about my university, the first thing that comes to my mind is family. I have love for my institution to the utmost, upholding the gold and the blue forever in my heart.
Hello, everyone.
The connections I have built will last a lifetime. With me serving as your next Mr. Junior, I'll make sure my peers' voice is heard and make sure I represent my class of 22 in the best light. I have been grateful to serve for 2 consecutive years beside my queen, Miss Nakivi Durham, and I don't plan on stopping until me and my queen make it to the top. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate is for the Miss Junior position, and we're going to hear first from Amber Crawley.
Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, class of 2022, Smithites, faculty, and staff. For those who may not know me, I am Amber Crawley, a biology and chemistry major with a minor in Spanish, hailing from the wonderful city of Augusta, Georgia. I sit in front of you today, campaigning as a candidate to become your Miss Junior. My platform is to unite. I will unite by uplifting, nurturing, inspiring, transforming, and encouraging. Uplift. I would love to uplift our class by implementing that your mental and emotional health matters. I would like to hold more events that will bring us joy and distract us from the hardships that we are facing today. Nurture. I will be a nurturing figure to our class by giving off knowledge in trials, tribulations, education, or anything to help our class. Inspire. I am here to inspire because I know what it is like to face hardships and sometimes lose a little bit of focus. I'm here to lift your worries and inspire you to be who you would truly like to be. Transform. Class of 2022, let's transform the gold and blue. Let's bring the pride and joy back, Smithites. Last but not least, encourage. I will encourage our class to reach your full potential. Being secretary on student council, I was able to gain insight on things that our class is missing. That is unity and pride. I want the class of 2022 to join and come together to bring back the pride and unity that we had freshman year. I will do this by collaborating with our class president and holding more gatherings. Gatherings that are fun, like karaoke night, game night, parties, gatherings where we can pray, because without God, nothing is possible. I would also like to hold gatherings that are beneficial to our education and that will help us in the long run, like workshops. With holding the title of Miss Junior, I hope to change a lot and to be an astounding face of our class. With this royal title, I hope that all the class of 2022 will feel like royalty too. Gandhi once said, "Be the change that you would like to see in the world." This year, I decided to be the change that I would like to see in our class. If we begin to unite by uplifting, nurturing, inspiring, transforming, forming, and encouraging each other, we'll be able to positively affect Johnson C. Smith University and the surrounding community. The change is here and the time is now. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate for Miss Junior, Brianna Martin. It doesn't look like Brianna Martin is on the call. We're going to move over to Gabrielle Wells.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. I was born in the city of Chicago and raised in the Peach State of Atlanta, Georgia. Majoring in sports management, I have maintained a 4.0 GPA while being a member of our honorable women's volleyball team. Good evening. My name is Gabrielle Wells, and I am your 2020 Miss Junior candidate. This quote from Gandhi shares one of the foundational practices of the college experience: to find ourselves. Finding out who we are, who we will be, and the mark we will leave on the world is most likely the predominant thought of every college student. I propose that this finding ourselves and a purpose as college students will be through service, leadership, and action. And that is the platform that I stand firmly on through this candidacy: serve, lead, and act. Throughout my life, I have found many ways to serve. Most notably, I serve our organization through sports. Sports has provided me the opportunity to learn teamwork, discipline, and excellence. Everyone can serve in some way: volunteerism, charitable donations, or serving with an extracurricular activity. Today, I would like to expand my service to Johnson C. Smith University as its next Miss Junior. Leadership, likewise, is invaluable to all who strive for greatness. Leadership is not born. Leaders are determined students who set out to make a difference in the lives of others and in our world. Demonstrating leadership is seen in those who are here today. We are all striving to lead our university to greatness. It is my hope that beyond this election, our leadership of our student peers will continue to move Johnson C. Smith University to greatness. And finally, I stand on the platform of action. Service and leadership do not happen without diligent, precise, and consistent action. Today, I choose to act in the midst of a global pandemic and national unrest. Action sets forth the intent to move beyond ideation, deliberation, to evaluation, motivation, and confrontation with the challenges that exist in our world today. Even as we speak, our action will only be seen through our lived out service and leadership as Miss Junior of Johnson C. Smith University. I ask that you stand with me to serve, lead, and act our way to greatness. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate for Miss Junior, Nakivi Durham.
Good evening. If you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Maya Angelou. Greetings. I am Nakivi Durham, a junior majoring in communication arts from the historic city of Gastonia, North Carolina. I was honored to hold many student leadership positions on campus, like the 2018-2019 Miss Freshman, 2019-2020 Miss Sophomore, Golden Bull Ambassador, and many other amazing organizations. Class of 2022, I have a plan for you. Being the face of my class, I will be able to showcase grace and loyalty. I will be a mentor for the young ladies who want to come out their shell but don't know how to. Everyone is amazing. You just need to dig deep to see how amazing you are. I was told to find something that you love to do on campus and stick with it. I found my true love, Royal Court. Royalty comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, and personalities. We are all royalty. Holding high the gold and the blue with truthfulness and royalty, I am royalty. 3 years ago today, I would have never thought I would be running to be a class queen. 3 years ago today, I was shy. 3 years ago today, I wanted to make a change. So I did. Leadership, example, dedication. That's what I'm going by. I am a true natural born leader. I was just in my shell at the time. I'm an example to others. Spread your wings and fly. Don't ever let nobody come in your way. Dedication. Never give up on your dreams. Thank you to the class of 2022 for trusting me these past 2 years. I won't let you all down. I am back for the return. Thank you.
Thank you. Our final candidate for Miss Junior, Nyana Covington. Miss Covington, if I said your name incorrectly, please correct me.
No, you said it right. Can everyone hear me?
We can hear you.
I never thought I was good enough. knowing I wasn't incapable of most things, but many things I was unsure of. If you asked me a year ago to consider running for Miss Junior, I would have brushed off the idea. Not because I didn't appreciate the kind suggestion, but because of self-doubt. I could never be like her. I can't do it, would have initially been the first few thoughts that come to mind. But I stand here today, a candidate for your 2020 Miss Junior. At the age of 5, my father was sentenced to 15 years in prison, during which he instilled an exceeding amount of life lessons that kept me grounded through my adolescence. One of many that stood out to me that I carry to this day, which is the slogan chosen for my campaign. Growing up with the presence of a father, without the presence of a father, witnessing other father-daughters interactions was the basis for my low self-esteem. From there, I sheltered myself with no inspiration on life, involved in many activities, but still no strive for success. This is the caterpillar phase. As years progressed, I dug deep to find who Nyana truly was and what her ideal purpose may be. I was able to form my cocoon. While facing hardships that made me even more self-conscious and battling frequent depression episodes, uncertain where life would take me until the end of my senior year of high school, the very statement made by my father made things clear. His words were, "Well, Jan, everyone hates the caterpillar but loves the butterfly." Confused but yet intrigued as to how he felt it applied to my life at that very moment, after letting the quote resonate, I knew exactly what he had been trying to say. Being a high school graduate, continuing her education in a new setting would be frightening as it would be for anyone. I had entered the final stages of being a cocoon and had become a butterfly. Many of you may be confused as to what that might mean, but allow me to elaborate. It means that you undergo trials and tribulations in life to become something greater. Losing my great-grandmother last year, as you can imagine, hit me hard. Knowing it was time to let go, but I never thought it would be so soon. Visiting her grave, I had so many questions. Knowing that the matriarch of my family was gone forever, I was lost. But after my last while, I saw a butterfly, and it flew around me as if I was familiar. And then more began to appear. I realized that these beautiful creatures were a symbol of her, me, and my answer. We had evolved into something greater. Making this an adamant symbol in my life, whenever I see one, I'm reminded of how I am changing and encouraged to accept it. You may know me as Nani, the preserved girl who hangs on the block or just passing by. No matter how we may have come in contact, I met you and saw you for who you truly were. I have heard your stories and gained a great sense of respect for you as a person. I, as Miss Junior, I feel as Miss Junior, it we hear you, but to act on what it is I have heard. Stories from previous classmates tugged at my heartstrings, learning that they needed assistance but were too afraid to ask for it, or that they were unsure who to ask. Rather it be a financial matter, family issues, or their well-being. These things can put you in a place of discomfort if you only would have known ahead of time. I'm reminded by two scriptures that I always choose to live by. The first being, give unto others and it will be given unto you. And the second, do unto others as you want done unto you. Aware that multiple students feel as though they do not fit the criteria. Let me be an example of that statement. I truly want you to know that you are good enough, that you are always worthy, and that the only thing stopping you is you. During these times, you need someone to uplift you when your world may feel like it's completely falling apart. I should be that person. I believe if I can help at least one person, I have made a difference in that person's life. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Smithites and class of 2022, I, Nyana Elaine Covington, will be honored if you would have me as your Miss Junior. I vow to always hear you when you feel like no one else will listen. Speak up when our voices need to be heard and help in any way possible. And most importantly, I'll give you my word. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Miss Covington. I am going to, I don't see Brianna Martin yet. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play the video for Deja Rainey. I figured out a way to get it on our screens.
everyone, my name is Deja Rainey, and I want to apologize in advance for not being able to meet with you guys virtually, but I do want to say thank you for allowing me to deliver my speech this way. I believe leadership, creativity, kindness, and responsibility are just a few major characteristics that a leader possesses. Holding the title of class president in high school from freshman through senior year has made me raise the bar. Each year, I was faced with challenges I overcame to see my fellow classmates succeed. As I transitioned to college, it was hard finding the right group of friends and finding my purpose. It took long nights alone and several trips home to realize my reason. I shied away from using my voice, creativity, and passion for understanding those within my classification. This is my opportunity to stand up and stand out, to show everyone who Deja Rainey really is, not just a regular girl from Durham, but one with purpose. Becoming junior class president, I would definitely use my passion for giving back to the community. Betty's Ford Road itself screams community service. Getting the junior class to know and understand that things we take for granted, someone else would cherish. Be the change you wish to see. I love this quote because I live by it, and being in college, we complain about the smallest things, but never change. I will be the first to step out and be the change I wish to see on campus by running for junior class president. My voice is for change. Becoming president will give me the opportunity to represent my peers and their ideas. I vow to lead with openness and honesty. I will lead with your best interests in mind, welcoming all ideas that will make our college experience better together. We can achieve all things. Thank you.
And we're back. Going through technical difficulties. Bear with me. Learn how to pivot through COVID-19. All right. And I want to say that was all of our junior class candidates. We're going to move over to our senior class candidates. If you're a junior class candidate, you can go ahead and excuse yourself from the call. And it's just going to be the senior class candidates as well as the remaining candidates for Student Government Association, as well as Mr. and Ms. Johnson C. Smith University. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you for your speeches, but I encourage you to tune in and listen to the rest of the speeches on our YouTube page. We have two candidates for class senator. Going to start off with Javonna Harper. Senior class senator, Javonna Harper. Looking at this list right here, Javonna Harper's not with us this evening, but Sally Johnson is the other candidate for senior class senator, and she's not with us. But Sally reached out prior to our call tonight and said she would send a video because she had to work. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen for Sally Johnson's video.
Greetings, Smithites. My name is Sally Johnson, a senior, majoring in biology, minoring in chemistry from Neptune, New Jersey, and I am running for the position of your senior class senator. If appointed as your senior class senator, not only would I voice the concerns each senior has, but I would also address these issues at the Senate meetings and the town hall meetings. When matters arise in times of conflict, I plan to speak up to make sure everyone feels heard. I do not want to promise change, I want to deliver change. People can promise anything, but the differentiating point of a good leader and a great leader is the actions that are done in positions of power. My platform for my campaign is Aim for Greatness, which stands for advocate, innovation, and motivation. This is my platform because I'm here to advocate for you and be your voice at the Senate meetings. I'm here to be innovative when it comes to solving a problem, and I'm here to motivate us to get to the finish line of graduation. Through my years here at Johnson C. Smith University, I've been involved in the Senate since freshman year as a Sanders Hall Senator. Sophomore year, I was a part of the Student Government Association Student Senate, and junior year, I was a junior class senator. With all the knowledge and experience each of these positions have given me, I understand and am willing to take on the role and responsibility that comes with the position of your 2020 to 2021 senior class senator. And thank you, and let's continue to aim for greatness this year.
All righty, that was Sally Johnson for senior class senator. We're going to move over to candidates for senior class president, starting with Exodus Moon.
Greetings, Smithites. My name is Exodus Moon, and I am a senior majoring in communications, and I am contending to be your senior class president. Unlike many of my colleagues who have presented before me, when I first arrived at Smith, I didn't jump right into joining organizations. I'm actually very shy, so for about the first year, I kept to myself. As time progressed, I began to break out of my shell more and more. I am a member of Psi Rho Alpha Honor Society. I was inducted in Cohort 2 as a McNair Scholar, inducted in Cohort 1 of the Next Level Leadership Fellowship, and I am founder and president of STAND, Students Taking Action to Normalize Diversity, which is an organization for LGBTQIA students and allies on campus. I created this organization because there simply wasn't one, and I got tired of waiting for someone else to create one. Even though I came across my share of hiccups last year trying to get my organization on its feet, it has developed me even the more as a leader inside and outside of the classroom. With that same mindset of no longer waiting for someone else to be the change, I plan on being that change that I want to see on campus. Creating conversations with my peers is what initially spiked my interest in student leadership. Since I've kind of always been on the outside looking in, I believe I have a different perspective and really want to hone in on our civic and social responsibility to our esteemed institution. While I don't believe in making promises I can't keep, I do believe in the empowerment of my fellow peers and holding us each accountable for the change we want to see take place on campus. My principles are inspired by never to make get trouble, stand on that principle. I plan to be at the table when discussions are being held about revamping our curriculum, as well as engaging with my peers to address issues they feel that are going on that aren't being addressed. The senior and I prepare the departure of we ensure that all students are granted internships before graduation, regardless of specified major. Also, focus on socioeconomic factors that will ensure students are prepared for the workforce. I want to help create the change and narratives that HBCUs are so often mislabeled with. Although these are a few things I plan to tackle as senior president, ultimately, I want every class to be able to benefit from the changes that commence. Yes, Smith is great, but we have the power to make it greater. We have a lot of conversation about what we don't like, but when it's time to show up, we get real quiet. Allow me to stand in the gap and serve as your senior class president. Again, my name is Exodus Moon, and as so many of my colleagues have referenced to the late, great John Lewis, I will leave you with this quote. Sometimes you have to not just dream about what could be. You have to get out and push. You pull and you preach and you create a climate and environment to get those in high places, to get men and women of goodwill empowered to act. Thank you, and I hope you join me on this journey to becoming senior class president.
Thank you, Mr. Moon. Our next candidate for senior class president, Genesis Miller.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. John Quincy Adams. Greetings all. I am Genesis Miller, a senior majoring in interdisciplinary studies with concentrations in entrepreneurship and psychology, and I am running to be your senior class president. When entering Biddle Hall in 2017, I had no knowledge of what my next 4 years would consist of. I just knew I wanted it to be memorable. Memories last forever when you cherish people and things and make something out of nothing, like I do at Smith. Over the past 3 years, I've learned, gained, lost, and accomplished all at the same time. From being a freshman class secretary, Ms. Sophomore, an active member of the National Council of Negro Women, member of the E-Board of Planned Parenthood Generation Action, to a non-cognitive strengths ambassador, just to name a few. Goes to show that I am a true leader and will always honor opportunities that are brought upon me. My success as a student has risen each year, understanding my full potential as a student. I love how the faculty and staff at JCSU looks at me as more than a student. Acknowledging my class one day at a time, I've noticed that we, the class of 2021, upholds a standard that I have never seen before. We are true believers and strong-minded individuals that come from all over the world. We bring it all together and become one, united. As your 2020-2021 senior class president, I will not only make it a priority to make stronger and genuine bonds with my class, but also will prove to them that we as a whole can make a difference within ourselves as well as our other peers. We have what it takes, just as we were told in fall of 2017. With the leadership roles I have upheld over the past few years, I can inspire and persuade others to do the same. Class of 2021, I want you all to know that the potential we have and think that we don't have goes beyond words in the classrooms of Johnson C. Smith University. Consistently notify any peer of mine with the questions that any may have. As seniors, it is critical that we are always there for one another and always held accountable. We may have thought our senior year was over, but it has only just begun. I stand on my platform, COVID, complex options valued into determination. It presents itself as such, meaning that COVID will not stop any of us from being who we aspire to be and do what we dream of doing. Complex options include the virtual classes, meetings, just to name a few. The value into determination means that we are making the best out of what the determination to never backtrack when you have the mindset of a leader and a student. You have a goal, reach it to your full potential, that is. Don't give up on yourself. Class of 2021, let's beat COVID and elect me, Genesis Miller, as your senior class president. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Moving over to our candidate for Class King, DeQuavius Bowman. Mr. Bowman, if I said your name incorrectly, just correct me.
No, you said it good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, good. Okay, greetings, faculty and students. My name is DeQuavius Bowman, a graduating senior here at Johnson C. Smith University, majoring in sports management, and I'm from the great city of Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm humbly vying to be your 2020-2021 Mr. Senior. Victory lap. Becoming your Mr. Senior will be an honor. I would like to represent the senior class in the Royal Court in the most honorable way that I know how to, by leading and setting the standard as Mr. Senior of this outstanding university with the hope of passing the baton to the class of 2022. In the instance I become Mr. Senior, I will lead, commit, and network with our class, along with bringing together the community. I find that the greatest leaders are the people who are willing to listen and take action. I take pride in being able to help others reach their goal in order to be successful. As for my senior, our goal is to graduate and move to our next stage in life. This is our victory lap. Reason why I said victory lap is my slogan is because us seniors came to JCSU as freshmen or as a transfer like myself, and we have anxiously arrived to our last and final stage of undergraduate studies. We have pushed through countless hours of demanding studies, exams, and tough assignments. And it's safe to say that we arrived at our victory stage of our collegiate career, but it's not over yet. As we're at our final stage, let's make this lap a great one, but yet also a safe one, because we will soon be victorious and proud Johnson C. Smith alum. With that being said, I am DeQuavius Bowman and vying to be your next 2020-2021 Mr. Senior. Have a blessed day. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Our candidate for Miss Senior, Jasmine Jackson.
Hi, everybody. Go ahead. Y'all can hear me fine?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hear you.
Every accomplishment starts with a vision, and that is why I humbly sit here requesting your vote and confidence in me to be a great representation of Johnson C. Smith University and the senior class as Miss Senior. I have learned so much while attending JCSU. I have learned from my achievements as well as how to handle disappointments. That is the beauty of it all, having resilience and poise throughout the lessons and the blessings. With that, I am more than confident and determined to represent the senior class as Miss Senior. My name is Jasmine Jackson, and I'm humbly vying to be your next Miss Senior. I hail from the Sunshine State of Jacksonville, Florida. That's right, Duval County, born and raised. I am a biology major with a minor in public health, and I plan to become a pharmacist and then obtain a career in the NIH, the National Institute of Health. With the support and lessons I've learned from Smith, I will do it. I will be determined, be open-minded, be invincible, and stand for togetherness. As that being my platform, I plan to implement an aura that any student that graduates from Smith has the confidence to do anything with the greatness that Smith has bestowed upon them. And that is why you should vote for me, Jasmine Jackson, to be the next 2020-2021 Miss Senior. Thank you all and have a blessed night.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Thank you to all of the senior class candidates. If anybody knows someone who's interested in being a senior class senator, we will have a vacancy for senior class senator. But the senior class candidates can go ahead and jump off the call and continue to watch the speeches via our YouTube channel. Speaking of our YouTube channel, I'll be remiss if I didn't go back to my commercial break and encourage everyone who's currently watching us on YouTube to watch us more. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Text us at Smithite8101 to get the updates from the Division of Student Affairs. Follow us on Instagram at our multiple Instagram accounts, and of course, tweet us because we tweet back. So yeah, do that. Make sure you do that. Stop share, and we are now down to the Student Government Association candidates as well as Mr. and Miss JCSU. Before this section, I am going to actually come to the screen. All right, so I'm going to actually start off with our candidate for SGA Secretary, Ms. Sharian Hardy. Ms. Hardy, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm sorry. You hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Again, my name is Shireen Hardy. Greetings, Smithites. I just want to say I bring you as your secretary. I just wanted to come in, not sit quietly as a student. I wanted to stand up and be heard for 2021 year. So what I wanted to do was bring some ideas to JCSU and be able to be a voice for the students. So with that, I would say, I would like to just be able to get all the information out to the students, be a part of the student body, to be able to implement some things to the students as well as HBCU itself. So I would just say, I hope that everyone would be able to vote for me and allow me to share my experience as a student government secretary.
Thank you, Ms. Harding. Over to our next Student Government Association candidate, the Director of Public Relations, Michaela Brown.
Well, hello. Okay.
Hello.
Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. Make sure everybody can hear me. Well, first and foremost, hello, my name is Michaela Brown. I am a junior at Johnson C. Smith University. I am a transfer student all the way, big representing the 206, Seattle, Washington. Yes, West Coast to best coast, my opinion. I come all the way to Johnson C. Smith University from Seattle just because in general, I just wanted to attend an HBCU. No matter how big it was, no matter how small it was, I wanted to be a part of that family at Johnson C. Smith University. Now, coming from me, I am a leader. Leadership runs big in my family. I'm talking about from the roots of it. I have great uncles that were Black Panthers. They have showed me self-determination. They have guided me on my social skills. So now I'm so big on social skills and I'm just very outgoing. What you will be seeing from me is not only from what I'm telling you, but you will be seeing my actions. A quote that was given to me from one of my uncles was, "We engage in this life with passion and gratitude. None of us know how long our lives may be, but we can leave the legacy of living like we care and living in a way that honors our creation. People will remember how we live more than the details of our achievements." So I'm gonna leave that with, oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, y'all bear with me. I'm gonna leave that with, going forward at Johnson C. Smith, I hope that when y'all vote for me, that when y'all see me across campus, speak to me. I'm an open person. I love talking to people. I love being the advocate for this school, you know, being with public relations. I am the face of the school, so you will be seeing more of me. And that's really just it. Again, my name is Michaela Brown. I look forward to seeing a lot of y'all faces.
Thank you, Michaela Brown. We look forward to seeing you as well. Our next candidate for Student Government Association Vice President, Talisa Roseborough.
Thank you. You said it right. Good evening, faculty, staff, students, and a special shout out to the class of 2021. I am Talisa Roseborough, a senior all the way from Harlem, New York, majoring in psychology and minoring in entrepreneurship. I aspire to serve as the 2020-2021 SGA's Vice President. Before college, I never thought about my parents not attending college. It was not until my freshman year that I came to the actualization that I stood in a population with other students as a first-generation college student. Being a first-generation college student at an HBCU is bittersweet. The experience of attending an HBCU became bigger than myself. I am attended for my parents, my siblings, and my future children. After this realization, I promised myself that I would maximize my opportunities at my institution while growing into the leader that I know I can be. In my eyes, a true leader is visionary and committed to doing the work necessary to bring a dream to reality. For the past 2 years, SGA has assured me that I have the capacity to be in a room with like-minded people without feeling silenced. My experience on this campus so far and my desire to become the leader that I know I can be motivated me to pursue this role. Moving forward, I would like to explain my platform and how this idea came about. Johnson C. Smith's motto, Sit Lux, is Latin for let there be light. In March, after we were told to pack up our belongings and leave school, we can all agree that our light was dimmed. We just finished having fun during CIAA and were ready to enter one of the best seasons. We were ready to enjoy music on the block, Bull Fest, probate season, and nice weather. As I was preparing my campaign, I thought of how I can improve our campus while ensuring that I brought light to our student body in spite of this dark phase. The 3 major issues that I identified was campus collaboration, Smithite pride, and issues within our facilities on campus. With that being said, during my tenure, I would like to emphasize the importance of allowing other leaders to pour into you. I plan on creating a space where all student leaders can feel comfortable initiating collaborations with each other. Next, I would like to promote campus beautification, whether it's as small as placing plants around campus to coming together to paint a mural within the student union. Working directly with the Office of Residence Life and the Director of Facilities, I will try my best to ensure my board brings your concerns to light. It is prudent that we appreciate where we come from and we have open minds on how we can make it better. Lastly, I want to use my platform to also show all college students the importance of leaving your legacy and maximizing your experience no matter how uncomfortable it may make you feel. I want us all to understand how important it is to ensure that we leave our Smithite mark everywhere we go. Please trust me as we embark on this journey to ignite the light within us all. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to do a switch to the candidates for Mr. and Miss Johnson C. Smith University, allowing our Student Government Association presidential candidate to be the last voice that we hear on this evening. So we're going to go to our candidates for Mr. Johnson C. Smith University, our first candidate being Charles Calhoun.
Good evening, good evening. Hello, everyone. My name is Charles M. Calhoun, a criminology pre-law intent major with a minor in communications, and I aspire to be your next Mr. Johnson C. Smith University. As Mr. Johnson C. Smith University, I will make sure that your student body's voice is heard, getting them the proper resources and opportunities through my NOW campaign platform. NOW is an acronym that stands for No Opportunities Wasted. At Smith, waiting for an opportunity to happen leaves room for those same opportunities to pass you by. However, if you take advantage of the opportunity now, you are setting yourself up for success at your time at Smith upon graduation. Being able to hold high the gold and the blue the past 3 years as Mr. Johnson C. Smith University, I believe that we need to spread the school spirit in our academics and athletics. If elected, I plan to do so by holding a variety of events and programs throughout the academic year. I believe this goal is attainable if we come together and support one another as a family. When elected as Mr. Johnson C. Smith University, I will continue to grow and learn with each and every one of you. I will set the standard of Black excellence, expand the culture of JCSU ahead, and will encourage you to do the same. The mindset doesn't come from being stagnant. It starts from the royal court and throughout the student body. My idea drives the platform, the time is now, because I will not waste no opportunity at this illustrious university it has to offer. I hope you will join me in doing the same by giving me the opportunity to be your next Mr. Johnson C. Smith University. The time is now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Calhoun. Our next candidate for Mr. Johnson C. Smith University, Tamir Farrar.
Change. The only thing in the universe that remains the same, those that adapt, persevere, those who do not, merely fade away. Greetings to the students of this noble institution of Johnson C. Smith University, and greetings to the great staff and faculty, our diligent educators, mentors, and colleagues who work meticulously to provide a quality college experience virtually or in person. It is with great pleasure that I present to you today, Monday, September 28th, 2020, to you all as here. I, Tamir Farrar, a senior biz administration scholar with a pre-law minor hailing all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, declaring my candidacy for your 2020-2021 Mr. Johnson C. Smith University. Where I stand on the platform, JCSU has something to prove. It is my philosophy that JCSU is Charlotte. Our brightness cannot be contained. Let's make our mark. That is why I'm focusing my platform and efforts towards building relationships with higher ups of Charlotte, utilizing my resources towards collaborations with the surrounding community, as well as seeking to evoke advocacy and awareness of social change, racial inequalities and injustice for minorities, as well as students for HBCUs such as ours. Activities such as open forum for students, providing dialect and conversations for how we can build our communities from the inside outward, financial literacy and career readiness-based engagements that allow for students to seek internship and postgraduate directed opportunities, virtual engagements that encourage the importance of getting out to the polls to vote, not only on September 30th, but as well as on November 3rd with regard to registering to do so. These events are just a few to name. I seek to work closely with Ms. Johnson C. Smith University-elect and the rest of the Royal Court to create a better ecosystem for JCSU students everywhere. I can attest that as I've matriculated as a student at Johnson C. Smith University, the many opportunities that I seek to take advantage of have allowed me to build the relationships and mentorships necessary to be prepared for such a position as Mr. JCSU. I've been able to watch prior Mr. JCSUs and the values they upheld, the importance to lead with passion and understanding, to understand that the small things matter, and to understand that Rome wasn't built in one day, that improving our university is an ongoing effort, but that I should find ways where I can lead and know that the student body is headed in a better direction. I recall my first days on campus as a fellow young Smithite during orientation as a freshman, being approached by Dean Kathy Jones, as many of us know her, Dean Jones, and she questioned me, will you be one of the leaders of the future of this university? A challenge I have partaken since then. I can humbly say I have worked towards becoming that, but such drive cannot be satisfied unless I'm able to service students of my university through such a platform as Mr. And really aim to bridge the gaps and seek to lead this university in some ways better than when I first entered. In that, I feel like I can leave satisfied as a university leader of our future. Now, it is with great honor that I stand here virtually in front of you all today as member of the Alpha Lambda Delta National Honor Society for first-year students, an initiate of the Chi Lambda chapter of Sigma Tau Delta International English Honor Society, Dean's List recipient numerous Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated awardee, all while serving as the current pole mark of the Alpha Epsilon chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, just to name a few of my accolades, all before reaching my senior year. Now, today, as candidate for Mr. Johnson C. Smith University. Change can only come about with dedication and commitment, which I plan to use to fulfill and uphold my promise of positively representing this historically Black college as your University King for the academic school year of 2020-2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Farrar. I am going to transition over to our candidates for Miss Johnson C. Smith University. We will first hear from Miss Ashley Nicole Bellinger. Ashley, are you with us?
Greetings and salutations, fellow Smithites, alumni, faculty, staff, and esteemed guests. My name is Ashley Nicole Bellinger, a senior majoring in interdisciplinary studies with major concentrations in graphic design and a minor concentration in entrepreneurship and business. Hailing from the city where golden sun shines on our ever blue seas, Miami, Florida. Now, some of you may be wondering who I am and who I'm becoming. When I think about who I am, I can't help but think back on the fond memories of wearing my mother's Johnson C. Smith shirt to go to sleep in at night, and dream about one day attending our illustrious post-secondary institution. A dream that later became reality when I was accepted and became a Smithite in my own right. And later, when opportunity presented itself, I couldn't help but use my artistic abilities in order to design paraphernalia for our university as an official vendor. Curating designs for our school counseling services Ask JCSU campaign, along with providing graphic assistance to our community's outreach initiative, Family Fun Fair. My wholeheartedness, truthful, and ever ongoing loyalty to old SU didn't stop there. I continue to use my qualities of creativity, leadership, and service by joining various campus organizations that include, but aren't limited to, Honest Conversations, a mentoring group for young students that are females that is filled with highly accomplished professional African-American women. Holding the positions of Sergeant at Arms and Vice President of Sanders Hall Council, and later becoming the president of our school's honor dorm, Duke Hall. Last, but certainly not least, becoming a third-year Golden Bull Ambassador who helped a number of potential freshmen on their journey to becoming Smithites, all while remaining on either the president's or dean's list every semester. Now, standing before you, I ask the Golden Bulls of JCSU tonight to bring forth a new chapter here at Johnson Crane Smith University, a chapter where we are becoming mentors. We are becoming intellectuals. We are becoming supportive to those both within and on the outskirts of our community, and steadfast in our goals of holding high the gold and the blue together as a Smith family. So I implore you, join me on the journey of becoming Miss JCSU.
Thank you so much, Miss Ashley Nicole Bellinger. Our next candidate for Miss Johnson C. Smith University, Kiani Cotton Smith.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Greetings, faculty, staff, and students. I am Kiani Cotton Smith from Charlotte, North Carolina, receiving a bachelor's degree in social work, and I am a running candidate for your 94th Miss Johnson C. Smith University. When I first applied to be queen, I wasn't exactly sure what I was getting myself into, but there was a voice inside that said, do it. Go for it. And so I did. I did it for the girls who may not have had the courage to listen to that voice. I did it for the girls who may not know what legacy they would like to leave when they leave this earth. I did it for the girls who may not fit the image of what a traditional queen may look like. I did it for me. As an incoming freshman at Johnson C. Smith University, I was just a shy, soft-spoken 17-year-old girl, and you could barely even get me to speak to anyone. Over time, I became a member of the Lovables cheerleading team. I also joined an amazing sorority, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, of which I am the vice president, and I also became a member of the Social Work Club. In joining these organizations, I have found my voice. I have found my reasoning, and as I stand here today as a beautiful, well-spoken, and confident 21-year-old, I can honestly say it has all prepared me for this very moment. There are many other females and males who may be my age or younger who desire to be a king or queen but do not fit the traditional image. My purpose here today is to let them know no one defines you but you. You are a queen and you are a king. And if you feel like you aren't strong enough, I am standing in your presence to say you are worth it. And that is why I decided to run for the 94th Miss Johnson Crane Smith University. As the next queen of this university, I plan to change this campus from the inside out. My platform is built on a Disney movie called Inside Out, which depicts an 11-year-old girl named Riley, whose world is flipped all the way upside down, and she finds herself experiencing an intimate battle with anger, anxiety, and depression. Mental health has become such a prominent issue within our community, especially the African American Black community. Many of my campus peers do not have an outlet of which they can confide in or vent to. I want to begin a program that will reduce the negative connotation of counseling. This program will be called Love on the Forward, built to allow students the opportunity to find their voice. When students don't have the proper alternatives, they tend to fall into the stereotypes of which the systems have built to destroy us. Love on the Forward will promote optimal mental health through advocacy, education, and support. Mental wellness is the foundation of a healthy community. With a healthy student body and community campus, we can truly create an impact and do more for our community on Beta Sport Road. With the new king and myself as queen, Johnson C. Smith University will be granted many opportunities, including but not limited to scholarship offers, local therapy sessions, and visitations to local schools within the community to expand our Love on the Forward program. By giving back to the community, we can expect to achieve higher acceptance rates, lower crime rates, and more graduations. As queen, I plan to build a strong relationship with the Crisis Center. With this connection, we can conduct community service events such as a clothes drive, a blood drive, and a book drive, while we bring awareness to mental health, suicide prevention, and poverty. Although they are a well-established organization, I believe Johnson C. Smith University can help them to reach a much bigger audience with our outreach in our surrounding communities. We are only as good as our biggest flaw, so change begins with us. We will change this community from the inside out to make it a better and safer place. We may fail along the way, but with perseverance, we will eventually reach our goal. As Theodore Giselle would say, today you are you. That is truer than true, and there is no one alive who is youer than you. And this is why I, Kiani Cotton Smith, vow and promise to the faculty, staff, students, and community partners to be the change we have always wanted to see. Thank you so much for your time, and make sure you vote Kiani Cotton Smith as your 49th Miss Johnson Crane Smith University. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate for Miss Johnson C. Smith University, Crystal Howard.
Thank you. Greetings, Smith family. My name is Crystal Howard. I am a senior hailing from Charleston, South Carolina, majoring in computer science information systems with a minor in cybersecurity. I desire to become the 94th Miss Johnson C. Smith University because I have so much love for my school. Because JCSU has had such a positive impact on my life, I feel like serving as queen would be the perfect way to give back to the school that has poured so much into me. I believe in the mission and legacy, and as queen, it would be my personal responsibility to continue Smith's legacy of greatness and success. My engagement in various organizations and leadership positions, such as a JCSU student ambassador and a member of the Student Government Association, have given me the knowledge and confidence I feel are needed for a position of such high caliber. I would like to be crystal clear with my platform. If I am elected your queen, my focus will be community and connections. You can make lifelong connections on campus and off campus while you attend JCSU. I want to emphasize the importance of meeting new people and establishing those meaningful connections, whether it be with a fellow student, alumni, or individuals from the Charlotte area who are in a place to contribute to your personal and professional growth. As your queen, I will work to ensure that programs and events are in place for those meaningful connections to be made during your tenure here at JCSU. As Frank Dorsey says, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. Serving the campus community as well as the surrounding community is also a top priority to me. I will achieve this by conducting various service events with the surrounding schools and neighborhoods, such as volunteering, mentoring, holding school supply drives, donating gently used clothing, and donating monetary funds to contribute to the technological advancements in the schools. On campus, I will empower and motivate my fellow Smithites in a crystal clear way. I will courageously lead and encourage while adapting and representing. I will lead with excellence and poise. I will encourage the campus community to be the best they can be during periods of change and transition. You can do anything if you set your mind to it. Nobody can stop you. We will adapt to this new normal as one while continuing to promote academic and professional success to all students. I will be honored to represent this illustrious institution with dignity and pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. Our final candidate for Ms. Johnson C. Smith University, Montana Flowers.
Unless we lose ourselves in service to others, there is little purpose to our own lives. Thomas Monson. Good evening, Smithites. My name is Montana Flowers. I am a senior, dual majoring in biology and public health and minoring in chemistry. Many of you may know me as a resident assistant in New Residence Hall, or as a president of the Gamma Delta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, or even the former senator at large for the Student Government Association. With these and other leadership positions I have held throughout campus, the intention to be of service to JCSU has remained the same. It is with this intention that I am running to be your 94th Miss Johnson C. Smith University. My platform, fitting our image, focuses on the resurgence of JCSU in the student body. This entails reclaiming the JCSU family bond and school spirit, rediscovering our passion for JCSU, and revamping our service to JCSU and its surrounding communities in Charlotte. Utilizing personal attributes such as grace, high academics, passion, poise, leadership, and innovation, my representation to and of Johnson C. Smith University will build bridges to assist in establishing programming such as upper and underclassmen mentorship, a campus prevention pantry in the light of COVID-19, and service projects within the community. As your fellow Smithite and future Miss Johnson C. Smith University, it is my goal to ensure all students are not only strengthened in their value of self, but to also ignite their passions of community service to be of value to others. Service is paramount to me, so much so that I began a nonprofit organization in December of 2018 called Kind Souls, where the mission is to spread kindness to those less fortunate by providing soft, warm new socks while raising awareness for the homeless. Vote for me, Montana Flowers, for your 94th Miss Johnson C. Smith University. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Flowers. We will now hear from our candidate for Student Government Association President, Anthony Edwards.
Good evening, Smithites. I would first like to thank everyone who gave speeches tonight. They were very inspirational. It was very great hearing all the passion that you had for the positions you are trying to achieve. I'm Anthony Edwards, a graduate senior, majoring in computer engineering and minoring in mathematics and cybersecurity. Now I'm running for Student Government Association President. Since arriving at Johnson C. Smith University, I represent the school well through my academic, social, and leadership skills and abilities. I work with various organizations, both within and without the university, to improve the quality of life and education of every student on campus. As Chief of Staff for SGA in the 2019 and 2020 school year, I've had the opportunity to work with the administration to create a strategic plan for the university, search for the dean of STEM, and gain a better understanding of student issues through research. I've acted as the liaison to outside organizations to provide opportunities for students on campus to broaden their horizons. However, I'd be remiss not to acknowledge the strength of those around me that have allowed me to grow as much as I have. An African proverb states, if you want to go fast, go alone. However, you want to go far, go together. Throughout my involvement at the university, I've gained a multitude of relationships that have allowed me to solve some of the issues that students face every day. Through these relationships, I've become an advocate for issues that many might not consider or be aware of, and ensuring that they get taken care of. As an individual, I know that it takes a lot to get things done, which is why I'm dedicated to work with those who are elected along with me to get things done. Even if I were not to be SJ president, I will still champion those issues that are important to me and others, because I know that sometimes it only takes one voice, but it requires someone else to amplify that voice to make a change. So when you vote on the 30th, remember who would have thought your vote and will fight for your issues that you face. Also, like to take this time to say protect Black women and exercise your vote to right to vote. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. We will now hear from our Dean of Students who have joined us tonight, Dr. Takeem L. Dean. Dr. Dean, are you still with us?
Yes, I am. Good evening, and thank you, Mr. Dorsey. Good evening, Smithites. Thank you for your speeches tonight. And first, I want to say that we are living in some unusual times, but yet they're exciting. Who would have ever thought in our lifetime we'd be living through a global pandemic, and not just one, but two? And we've talked about what those two are. You know, I wanted to jump on tonight, one, to see your faces because we truly do miss you, and also to hear about what issues you are looking to take up if you are elected in these various leadership positions. These positions are part of the heartbeat of the institution. And I want to encourage those who are not running unopposed. And so there are a few positions where people are running, there's more than one candidate. If the vote doesn't fall in your favor, do not lose the hope, because we will still need you, your peers will still need you to help the institution to continue to move. All of you talked about great ideas you have, and I hope that no matter how the vote falls, that you will look to employ your ideas in the coming academic year once we return to campus. And we are working feverishly to return to campus in January. So again, thank you for allowing me to join you tonight. I'm sorry I couldn't jump on camera, but I did at least hear your speeches and saw your faces. And I look forward to seeing how things go with the election and welcoming the new student leadership body really, really soon. Once again, thanks to all of you, and thank you, Mr. Dorsey.
Thank you, Dr. Dean, and thank you for everyone who tuned in via YouTube tonight. Elections will be September 30th from 8:00 a.m. to 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. The ballots will be mailed to your individual university email account, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, thank you for all the candidates tonight. Thank you for the candidates who've put an amazing effort in to do a virtual campaign this season. I know that it was not easy, but you all really showed up and showed out this year, and I appreciate everything. Once again, have a wonderful night, and we look forward to every student participating in the online elections on September 30th from 8:00 a.m. to 8:00 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.